All right, so for this section, you're going to be doing something called um, mill rates. So we're looking at property taxes. The big thing is to look here with property taxes. We're going to be using the formula T equals A times R. So the T represents the actual property tax that you'd be charged. A is the assessment of the value of your property, and R is your percent. Now, the only thing is the R, it's expressed in mils. And so it's not a normal percent. It's a mill rate and it's out of 1,000. So that's the part you got to keep in mind. So to change your R value, we're not really calling it percent. We're gonna call it a mill and it's out of 1,000. Okay. So let's just look at set A. So it's just like we did before. If we have 142 mils, it's like we had before where we had 14%. And so when we had 14% and we want to change it to a decimal, we would divide by 100. Well, when we have the mill rate, um, instead of dividing by 100, we're going to divide by 1,000. So for number one, you just take 142 mils. You know it's out of 1,000, so it's out of 1,000. So divide it. So we know the decimal that we would use would be 0.142. So that would be the decimal then that I would use then to plug into this to figure out the actual property tax or the actual value of the property, which would be the assessment. So for set B, it's the other way around. So let's look at number five. You would take your decimal value and you want to know the mill rate. You multiply by 1,000. Okay. And so that gives you 523. And then you're going to write the word mills like that. So if I was going to do number eight, say, and I multiply that by 1,000, 0.0035 times 1,000, that would give me 3.5 mils.